asking impossible questions to predict, but I'll do my best because as I look at this pretty evenly rated matchup between India and USA, I am circling that fourth board. And it's not just Levon Aronian with the white pieces. If he feels pressure to win, okay. So, well, Daniel will be brought back shortly. He seems like he is frozen. And Ding Liren, he is not going to freeze just because the position is difficult. We see Abdusattorov back at the board. We also see that Abdusattorov has more time than he started with, and Ding is on the clock. So, as I was saying, when you look at the X's and O's of the position, we see that here, and we're somehow replaying the board. I will bring us to the live position, that this pawn on b5, it is protected, it is outside, it may be hard to deal with. And black has these lovely pawns in the center, c5 and d5, but white has this great bishop on b2. So the critical idea that black would like to go for is bringing the pawn up, getting the knight behind it. That knight can try to make use of squares like b3 and d3, but as I was mentioning, broad strokes, that c4 does give white control of this d4 square, and that could be one of the struggles that Ding is figuring out. He's such a great player, he's classically trained. He wants to make sure his position is sound strategically before he makes a single pawn push. And Danya, I know you're back here. I know you've been taking in this position and has been played before. We're not in novel territory. But what do you think Ding is actually going to decide to do? Castle, maybe the easy first step, but I think the harder question to answer is, will he play for pawn to c4? Will he play for pawn to e5 in the center? What direction is he taking this game?
I'm not sure how much of what I said got through. My router was like, stop talking, I'm getting the hang of this position. But the part about the notebook variation, none of that got through, right?
None of it.
Okay, so I was looking at this position. If I'm AT&T, can I keep talking? Okay, good. And I was like, I'm used to this with colors reversed. And indeed, there is a line called the notebook variation, not the notebook variation. If I may rewind very quickly, it's a line in the Slav. And watch this. Semi-Slav, e6, knight f3, d takes c4, and now a4, just double checking here, sorry, e3, b5, a4, e3, b5, a4, this is a very well-known line, bishop e4, slowly you can see where this is going, bishop d2, now black plays a5, ab, bishop c3, bc, cb, b3, and bishop b7, bc, b4. This is the starting point of this variation, and here you can see exactly the same ridiculous structure. Two connected passers, except black is in possession of those passed pawns. Now let's compare and contrast. Here we have a different kind of position, and g5 by Ding Liren. It's go time.
I was not expecting that move. I was looking at c4, e5 in the center, but Ding Liren throws his g-pawn up the board, and I am wowed by it. I'm impressed, and I think that b6, rook b4. These players, the pawns are coming off. I think knight c4 is likely, trading the knights. And then we're just getting to a position with an easy draw on the table. I still don't know what Abdusattorov is thinking, Danya, but we know what he's thinking now. He is just counting his lucky stars.
And he will be getting a stern talking to by certain individuals after this game, and maybe even his teammates, and maybe himself. But this is what Super GMs do. They find a way. They dig in, and they pull out the draw. And you said the way this game is going, I'm looking at the way another game is going, the way Wei's game is going. China really suffering through the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune here. It looked like they were in command of this match, but this is just how chess goes.
And we see Liren bring his knight back. Oh, you see that? He looked up at Abdusattorov. That's that draw offer, the silent draw offer, and he plays pawn to h6, getting rid of White's best pawn. So with liquidation ensuing, you can tell by the body language of these players, they know that this is just an easy draw at this stage. It's now a matter of who offers it first.
But Robert, I mean, sorry to keep dwelling, even if knight c4, you can at least make a few moves. You can draw from a position of strength. Black is literally the one trying to bail out here. It's just, you just kind of throw your hands up in exasperation, and they are going to agree a draw, I assume, momentarily here. Again, they're waiting for the result. What?
But did you see Nodirbek put on his lanyard? He's getting ready to leave the board, right? He put his his player card on. He's waiting for the handshake.
His card keys, getting his wallet ready.
You know, everything he brought with him to the game is about to go into the pockets. And I mean, Liren now, you can see him. He's making a draw in this game. Again, it's what was probably asked of him heading in, but he's going to be upset given the position he had. You see, he again is looking up at Abdusattorov. Come on, man, this game is just equal now.
Yeah, it's just a matter of a couple seconds. Nodirbek is like that kid, you know, those kids in class who start packing up before the professor dismisses the class. I get annoyed at that in chess classes, but no, Nodirbek knows how this game is going to end. F4, knight b3, and it's just a question of who offers the peace agreement and who signs it. Ding looking off to the side. What must be going through his brain right now, Robert? Do you think he realizes how winning this was? Is it even, useful to speculate?
Well, I think for Liren, yeah, he recognizes he had a huge advantage. That's clear. But I'm not sure if he recognized that he was winning, because he doesn't look like somebody who just spoiled the winning advantage. And there we see it. Rook b6, a rook trade is offered. You can tell as you look there, his handshake, the draw is offered and agreed. A big save for Uzbekistan, a good result on paper for Team China, but not given how that game was going. I mean, Abdusattorov took way too many risks. He played far too quickly, and Liren allowed him to escape. That's really the storyline here. This wasn't just an equal draw. It was a game of strength from Liren until a critical moment where immediately the advantage slipped out of grasp and a draw became the agreed upon result.